Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today about a concept that holds the potential to completely transform how we live our lives: fearless life mastery. This is more than just a motivational idea. It's an invitation to step beyond the limitations that fear places upon us and to take charge of our lives with courage, clarity, and a relentless pursuit of our true potential. To achieve fearless life mastery, one of the most foundational principles is learning to embrace fear as fuel. Fear is something we all experience, and it has a powerful influence over our lives. For many, fear can be paralyzing. It can prevent us from taking risks, from moving toward our dreams, and from stepping outside the comfort of routine. However, when we shift our perspective, we can see fear not as an enemy, but as a tool, a signal, and ultimately a source of energy that propels us toward our true potential. Embracing fear as fuel transforms our relationship with it and allows us to harness its intensity to propel us into a life of purpose, resilience, and growth. When we begin to view fear differently, it reveals itself as a natural response rather than a limiting force. Fear often arises when we step into the unknown or face challenges beyond our current capacity. It signals that we are entering new territory where growth and transformation are possible. Fear is, in this way, a kind of personal alarm system, one that rings when something important is at stake. If we interpret fear as a sign that we're onto something meaningful, we start to recognize it as a message that we're pushing boundaries, challenging ourselves, and moving toward a significant goal. In this way, fear becomes not a wall, but a doorway, a passage that, when crossed, reveals a new level of mastery and accomplishment. To use fear as fuel, we need to reframe it. Instead of allowing fear to paralyze us, we can practice observing our fears, dissecting them, and understanding what lies beneath them. For instance, imagine a person with a deep fear of public speaking. This fear might initially seem overwhelming, but by examining it, the individual might realize that the underlying concerns are tied to a fear of judgment, vulnerability, or rejection. By identifying the core of the fear, they can begin to address the aspects of it that are within their control. They can prepare thoroughly, visualize a successful presentation, and remind themselves of their skills. The fear of public speaking then is transformed from an immobilizing dread into a powerful motivator to prepare, practice, and refine. Another aspect of embracing fear as fuel involves recognizing that fear often coexists with excitement. Many of the goals we set for ourselves, particularly the ambitious ones, bring a blend of excitement and fear. This combination shows that we care deeply about the outcome. If a goal doesn't evoke a little fear, it's often a sign that it isn't stretching us or challenging us enough. For example, the feeling of nervousness before a job interview or an important presentation may actually be an indicator that we're reaching for something that matters. By recognizing this overlap, we can begin to interpret the sensation of fear as a sign that we're on the right track, that we're doing something worth our effort and energy. Harnessing fear as fuel also means moving away from the myth of waiting until we feel ready. Many people delay pursuing their dreams because they're waiting for the fear to subside or for a perfect moment when they feel completely prepared. However, this mindset only strengthens the grip of fear, as the desire for readiness can easily become an endless postponement. Instead, taking action in the presence of fear teaches us that readiness is often a byproduct of courage, not a prerequisite for it. When we push ourselves to act, even if we're nervous or unsure, we build a tolerance for discomfort. Over time, we learn that fear is simply a companion on our journey, not an insurmountable obstacle. The energy of fear can be channeled positively through action. Fear often brings a rush of adrenaline, heightening our senses and sharpening our focus. Instead of letting this energy turn into anxiety or avoidance, we can channel it into productive action. For example, an athlete may feel nervous before a big game, but rather than letting the fear make them tense and defensive, they can use it to boost their alertness and intensity. Similarly, when we feel fearful about a challenging project or decision, we can lean into that energy by taking a small step forward. Each step builds confidence and reduces fear's hold on us, helping us gain momentum and use our fear to propel us forward rather than hold us back. Another powerful aspect of embracing fear as fuel is the personal growth that comes with each act of courage. Every time we confront a fear and take action despite it, we expand our sense of what is possible. The process of confronting and overcoming fear builds resilience and strengthens our inner confidence. We begin to realize that we can handle discomfort, that we are capable of navigating uncertainty, and that our lives do not have to be dictated by our fears. This shift in self-perception creates a feedback loop. Each small victory over fear fuels further courage, which in turn makes us more willing to take on the next challenge. As we accumulate these experiences, fear begins to lose its power, and we develop a kind of fearlessness, not because we no longer feel fear, but because we have learned to rise above it. In conclusion, embracing fear as fuel is a transformative practice, one that requires us to rethink our relationship with fear and to see it as a vital part of growth rather than an obstacle to avoid. By reframing fear as a signal of significance, as an overlap with excitement, and as an energy source for action, we can begin to use it to our advantage. Through understanding, channeling, and acting in the presence of fear, we gain confidence, resilience, and a deep-seated belief in our ability to face life's challenges. Fearless life mastery, then, is not about eliminating fear, but about learning to harness it, allowing it to be the fuel that drives us toward a life of courage, achievement, and self-discovery. Cultivating unshakable resilience is a cornerstone of fearless life mastery. Life is a journey filled with peaks and valleys, and our ability to navigate these ups and downs determines the quality of our lives. Resilience is the mental and emotional strength that allows us to persevere through adversity, bounce back from failures, and continue moving forward even in the face of great challenges. Building resilience doesn't mean that we become immune to hardship or avoid all difficulties, rather. It means we develop the capacity to adapt, to grow, and to continue despite them. When we cultivate resilience, we build a foundation that supports us in every endeavor and gives us the strength to pursue our goals without being derailed by setbacks or disappointments. To cultivate resilience, we must first acknowledge that setbacks and challenges are a natural part of life. Many people view failure as something to avoid at all costs, but this fear of failure only reinforces a fragile mindset. Resilience, however, requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing setbacks as indications of our limitations, we learn to see them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone, teaching us valuable lessons and helping us refine our approach. This mindset transforms obstacles from dead ends into points of progress. For example, consider an entrepreneur whose business idea fails. Without resilience, this failure could lead them to give up entirely. But a resilient person sees this experience as a valuable lesson, using it to improve their future ventures. In this way, resilience shifts our focus from temporary setbacks to long-term growth, giving us the strength to keep going. Building resilience also involves understanding and managing our emotions. When we encounter difficulties, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, disappointed, or frustrated. However, resilience requires that we learn to acknowledge these emotions without letting them dictate our actions. Developing emotional resilience means allowing ourselves to feel disappointment or frustration, but choosing not to dwell on it. This is a skill that requires practice and self-awareness. The more we practice observing our emotions without becoming consumed by them, the better we become at remaining calm and composed during challenging times. This emotional stability is a hallmark of resilience. It enables us to stay focused on our goals and make clear, thoughtful decisions even under pressure. Resilience is also strengthened by a strong sense of purpose. When we have a clear understanding of why we're doing what we're doing, it becomes easier to push through adversity. Purpose gives us direction and motivation, acting as a compass during turbulent times. For instance, someone who is passionate about a cause, whether it's building a business, helping others, or creating art, is more likely to persist in the face of hardship because their purpose provides them with a deep internal source of motivation. This inner drive is what keeps us going when external circumstances are tough. Without a purpose, setbacks feel more discouraging, and it's harder to maintain resilience. But when we're fueled by a mission or a goal that truly matters to us, we're able to endure and keep moving forward because we're connected to something greater than the difficulties in front of us. Support systems play a significant role in cultivating resilience. While resilience is often thought of as an internal quality, the people we surround ourselves with can profoundly impact our ability to stay strong in difficult times. Supportive relationships with friends, family, mentors, and colleagues provide encouragement, perspective, and practical assistance when we need it most. They remind us that we're not alone in our struggles, and that we have people who believe in us and are willing to help. Resilience doesn't mean handling everything by ourselves. It means knowing when to lean on others and accept help. This reliance on community and connection is an essential part of building resilience, as it strengthens our resolve and reminds us of our own capacity to overcome challenges. Self-care is another critical component of resilience. When we're physically and mentally drained, it's much harder to remain resilient. Maintaining resilience requires a certain level of mental and physical well-being, so prioritizing self-care is essential. This means getting adequate sleep, exercising regularly, eating well, and engaging in activities that bring us joy and relaxation. When we take care of ourselves, we're better equipped to handle stress and recover from setbacks. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity for resilience. When we neglect our well-being, we weaken our ability to cope with challenges. But by maintaining healthy habits and ensuring we're well-rested and balanced, we're able to face life's obstacles with greater strength and clarity. Lastly, resilience grows through experience and the willingness to persevere. Each time we face a difficult situation and overcome it, we build resilience. It's like a muscle that strengthens with use. By reflecting on past challenges, we can see how much we've grown and how each experience has prepared us for future difficulties. This self-reflection not only boosts our confidence, but also helps us develop a toolkit of strategies for managing future obstacles. With each experience, we become better equipped to handle adversity, making resilience a skill that compounds over time. The more we practice resilience, the more natural it becomes to face challenges head-on and recover from setbacks. In conclusion, cultivating unshakable resilience is essential for fearless life mastery. Resilience enables us to face challenges with strength, to recover from setbacks, and to keep moving forward with determination and purpose. It's a skill that can be developed through a shift in mindset, emotional awareness, a sense of purpose, strong support systems, self-care, and perseverance. Resilience transforms us, giving us the ability to navigate life's unpredictable journey with courage and stability. When we cultivate resilience, we don't just survive difficult times, we emerge from them stronger, wiser, and more prepared for whatever lies ahead. Embracing resilience is, ultimately, embracing our own potential to grow, adapt, and thrive, regardless of the challenges we face. Living with purpose and intention is a powerful aspect of fearless life mastery, setting the foundation for a life of meaning, direction, and fulfillment. Purpose-driven living is more than just setting goals or following routines. It involves a deep connection to our values, our passions, and a vision that motivates us to make intentional choices. When we have a clear sense of purpose, we live not merely to survive, but to create, contribute, and grow in meaningful ways. This clarity of purpose acts as a guiding force, helping us navigate life's challenges and uncertainties with resilience and courage. By aligning our daily actions with a purposeful direction, we cultivate a life that feels intentional and deeply satisfying. Purpose gives us a reason to pursue our goals, even when circumstances are difficult. Without a sense of purpose, setbacks and obstacles can feel insurmountable, and it's easy to lose motivation when faced with adversity. However, when we're driven by a purpose, we're less likely to be deterred by challenges. Purpose provides a compelling why behind our actions. It transforms ordinary tasks into significant contributions toward a bigger vision. For instance, an artist may find purpose in creating works that inspire others, or a teacher may find purpose in empowering the next generation with knowledge. When life gets tough, this sense of purpose becomes an anchor, grounding us in our commitment to something greater than ourselves and encouraging us to persevere. Living with purpose also brings clarity to our decision-making. Every day we're faced with countless choices, and without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to feel pulled in different directions. Purpose helps filter out distractions and guides us toward choices that align with our core values and long-term goals. When we know what truly matters to us, we can make decisions more confidently, focusing our energy and time on pursuits that contribute to our growth and fulfillment. For example, someone who values family and community may prioritize spending time with loved ones over work commitments, while someone with a passion for innovation may choose to invest their time in creative projects. Purpose allows us to live in alignment with our values, bringing a sense of integrity and authenticity to our lives. One of the greatest benefits of living with purpose is the sense of fulfillment it brings. People often chase external markers of success, such as wealth, status, or recognition, believing these will bring happiness. However, lasting fulfillment comes from living a life aligned with our deepest values and passions. When we're in touch with our purpose, we experience a profound sense of satisfaction, regardless of external circumstances. We feel that our lives have meaning and that we're contributing to something worthwhile. This sense of fulfillment isn't dependent on achievements or accolades. It comes from the knowledge that we're living in accordance with what truly matters to us. This intrinsic sense of fulfillment fuels our well-being, enriching our lives with joy and contentment. Purpose-driven living encourages growth and self-discovery. When we have a clear purpose, we're more likely to seek out opportunities that challenge us, expand our skills, and foster personal growth. Purpose gives us the courage to explore our potential and push our limits as we're motivated by a vision that goes beyond personal comfort. For instance, someone with a purpose centered around social change may take on leadership roles, volunteer work, or community-building activities that push them out of their comfort zone. This commitment to a higher purpose drives personal growth, as it requires us to develop resilience, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. Purpose thus becomes a catalyst for our development, helping us become the best versions of ourselves. Living with purpose fosters resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. But purpose gives us a reason to keep going. When our actions are aligned with our purpose, we're more capable of enduring hardship because we're driven by something meaningful. Purpose provides a sense of perspective, reminding us that difficulties are temporary and that they're part of a larger journey. This resilience allows us to face adversity with courage and determination, using challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. For example, an entrepreneur driven by a purpose to make a positive impact may encounter numerous setbacks but remains committed to their vision, finding strength in their purpose to navigate obstacles and continue their work. This resilience nurtured by purpose is a powerful force, helping us overcome even the most daunting challenges. Purpose-driven living also has a ripple effect on those around us. When we live with purpose, we inspire others to do the same. Our actions and attitudes can influence our friends, family, colleagues, and communities, encouraging them to pursue their own paths with intention. People are drawn to those who live purposefully, as they radiate a sense of passion and commitment that is both empowering and motivating. For example, a teacher who is passionate about their subject can ignite a love of learning in their students, or a leader with a clear vision can motivate their team to achieve ambitious goals. By living with purpose, we contribute to a culture of intention and inspiration, positively impacting the lives of others. In addition, living with purpose cultivates gratitude and appreciation. When we're aligned with our values and making meaningful contributions, we're more likely to experience gratitude for the journey we're on. Purposeful living helps us appreciate the small moments, the relationships we cherish, and the opportunities we have. This sense of gratitude brings richness to our daily lives, allowing us to feel content and fulfilled in the present, regardless of the future. Purpose connects us to the beauty of the process, reminding us to value each step of our journey and to savor the experiences that make life meaningful. In conclusion, living with purpose and intention is an essential component of fearless life mastery. Purpose gives us a reason to persevere, guiding us in our decisions and providing a foundation of fulfillment, resilience, and growth. When we're connected to our purpose, we're empowered to face life's challenges with strength and clarity. Purpose-driven living enriches our lives and the lives of those around us, creating a positive impact that extends beyond ourselves. By embracing our purpose and making intentional choices, we craft a life that is not only meaningful but also deeply rewarding. In a world full of distractions and external pressures, living with purpose allows us to stay true to ourselves and pursue a path that genuinely fulfills us. Purpose ultimately is what gives life its greatest meaning. Committing to self-mastery is one of the most transformative elements of fearless life mastery. Self-mastery is the ability to control one's emotions, behaviors, and desires in the pursuit of long-term goals. It's about creating harmony between your inner thoughts and outward actions, maintaining discipline, and ensuring that your actions reflect your highest potential. In a world filled with distractions, temptations, and external pressures, developing self-mastery is not an easy feat, but it is essential for those who aspire to live fearlessly. It is through self-mastery that we unlock our true potential, tap into the deepest layers of our strengths, and achieve the kind of lasting success that is aligned with our true selves. At the core of self-mastery lies the ability to control our impulses and resist the lure of instant gratification. Human beings are wired for immediate rewards, whether that's indulging in food, checking social media, or procrastinating on tasks. While these impulses are natural, they can also be detrimental to our long-term growth and success. Self-mastery requires us to resist the urge to seek short-term comfort and instead focus on what will benefit us in the future. For example, an individual trying to achieve financial independence might feel tempted to make impulsive purchases, but through self-mastery, they choose to save and invest wisely, knowing that the rewards of financial stability are far more significant in the long run. In this way, self-mastery isn't about suppressing desires, but learning to manage them effectively, choosing long-term gains over fleeting pleasures. Another crucial element of self-mastery is cultivating emotional intelligence, which involves understanding and managing our emotions in ways that are constructive. Emotions are powerful, and left unchecked, they can drive us to act impulsively or irrationally, undermining our progress. Whether it's anger, fear, frustration, or excitement, emotions have the potential to cloud our judgment and lead to actions that we might later regret. Through self-mastery, we learn to observe our emotions without being ruled by them. We develop the ability to step back, reflect, and respond thoughtfully rather than reacting instinctively. For instance, when faced with criticism, a person with self-mastery might pause to consider the feedback objectively, rather than responding defensively or emotionally. They recognize that emotions are temporary, and that they don't have to dictate their behavior or decisions. By mastering our emotions, we maintain control of our actions, which allows us to make more rational and deliberate choices in all areas of life. Self-mastery also requires a high degree of self-discipline. It is easy to set goals and make plans, but maintaining the focus and consistency to see them through is where many falter. Discipline is the bridge between intention and execution. It means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. A person committed to self-mastery doesn't let distractions, excuses, or temporary discomfort derail them from their objectives. For example, a writer who wants to complete a book must sit down each day and write, even on days when they feel uninspired or tired. They commit to their craft, understanding that progress is the result of consistent effort over time, not occasional bursts of motivation. Self-discipline helps to create the habits that are the backbone of success, enabling us to stay on course, even when challenges arise or when it feels easier to quit. In addition to emotional control and discipline, self-mastery involves cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness. This means understanding your strengths, weaknesses, values, and motivations. Self-awareness allows us to make choices that align with our true desires and helps us navigate situations that may conflict with our principles. It is only when we understand who we are and what drives us that we can truly commit to the path of mastery. For example, someone who understands that they are most productive in the mornings might structure their day to tackle their most important tasks during that time. Likewise, understanding one's weaknesses, such as a tendency to procrastinate or get distracted, allows for strategies to be put in place to counteract those tendencies. Self-awareness is the starting point for creating meaningful change, as it provides the foundation upon which all personal development is built. Additionally, self-mastery requires a commitment to continuous growth and improvement. It is a dynamic, ongoing process of refining one's skills, expanding knowledge, and evolving into the best version of oneself. This aspect of self-mastery means actively seeking out challenges that stretch us rather than settling for comfort or complacency. It means embracing failure as a valuable learning experience, not as a permanent setback. People who commit to self-mastery view their development as an ongoing journey, never static and always open to new insights. For example, an athlete who has reached the top of their sport continues to train hard, fine-tuning their technique and improving their mental game. They do not rest on their laurels, but consistently challenge themselves to grow, both on and off the field. Similarly, someone dedicated to self-mastery in their career will seek feedback, refine their skills, and continually push for excellence, even after achieving success. The key is to see each day as an opportunity for growth, taking small but consistent actions toward becoming better. Moreover, self-mastery is essential for cultivating resilience, the ability to persevere in the face of adversity. Without self-mastery, we can easily become overwhelmed by challenges, negative emotions, or external circumstances. However, when we have a strong sense of self and the ability to manage our responses, we are better equipped to face hardships and emerge stronger. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about facing them with strength, learning from them, and growing through them. Self-mastery helps us bounce back from failure, disappointment, and setbacks, and it builds a mental toughness that is necessary for long-term success. In conclusion, committing to self-mastery is a transformative practice that underpins fearless life mastery. It requires emotional intelligence, discipline, self-awareness, continuous growth, and resilience, all of which enable us to navigate life's challenges with clarity, focus, and strength. Self-mastery is not a destination, but a lifelong journey, one that empowers us to become the best versions of ourselves. When we commit to mastering our minds, emotions, and behaviors, we unlock our potential to achieve lasting success and live with purpose. It is through self-mastery that we take control of our lives, embrace challenges with confidence, and create the kind of success that is not only external but also deeply fulfilling and aligned with our true selves. Ultimately, self-mastery is the key to living a life of fearless action, unwavering determination, and profound growth. Developing a growth mindset is one of the most powerful keys to fearless life mastery. A growth mindset, as opposed to a fixed mindset, is the belief that our abilities, intelligence, and potential are not predetermined but can be developed over time through effort, learning, and perseverance. This mindset shapes how we approach challenges, setbacks, and our overall journey in life. It influences our ability to embrace new opportunities, face difficulties with determination, and ultimately create a life that is characterized by progress and success. Cultivating a growth mindset allows us to break free from the limitations we often place on ourselves, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth and turning failures into stepping stones on the path to mastery. The foundation of a growth mindset lies in the belief that abilities and intelligence are not fixed traits, but rather they can be cultivated and improved. People with a growth mindset do not see themselves as either talented or untalented, but instead understand that mastery in any area of life is a process that requires consistent effort, practice, and the willingness to learn. This perspective shifts the focus away from innate ability and places emphasis on hard work and perseverance. When challenges arise, those with a growth mindset are more likely to see them as opportunities to learn and improve rather than as signs of inadequacy. For example, a student struggling with a difficult subject doesn't view it as evidence of their lack of intelligence, but rather as a chance to learn new strategies and put in more effort to master the material. This mindset encourages people to persist through difficulties because they believe improvement is always possible with the right approach. One of the most profound impacts of a growth mindset is how it influences our response to failure. In a fixed mindset, failure is often seen as a reflection of personal shortcomings, leading to feelings of shame, frustration, or a desire to avoid challenges altogether. In contrast, a growth mindset reframes failure as a natural and even essential part of the learning process. When we fail, we don't view it as the end of the road, rather, we see it as a stepping stone that brings us closer to success. The key lies in how we respond to failure. Someone with a growth mindset will reflect on what went wrong, make adjustments, and try again with renewed effort and a willingness to learn from their mistakes. This perspective transforms failure into a valuable feedback loop, where each attempt provides insight and growth. Instead of avoiding challenges, individuals with a growth mindset embrace them, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and become stronger. The power of a growth mindset also extends to our ability to adapt to change. In today's fast-paced world, change is inevitable, and how we approach it can determine our success. Those with a growth mindset are more adaptable because they view change as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat. Whether it's learning new technologies, adjusting to new work environments, or navigating personal transformations, a growth mindset helps individuals remain flexible and open to new ideas and possibilities. For example, in a professional setting, an employee who embraces a growth mindset will be more inclined to learn new skills or take on new responsibilities when their role evolves, rather than feeling threatened by the change. They see it as an opportunity to develop themselves further and enhance their capabilities. This adaptability is crucial in overcoming the challenges that come with change, allowing us to stay relevant, resilient, and capable of thriving even in uncertain or shifting circumstances. Another key element of a growth mindset is the belief that effort and hard work lead to improvement. This belief fosters a sense of responsibility for our own success. When we view our progress as the result of our effort, we are more likely to take ownership of our goals and push ourselves to improve continually. This means committing to consistent practice, seeking feedback, and refining our skills over time. Someone with a growth mindset understands that mastery doesn't happen overnight, and they are willing to put in the time and effort necessary to achieve their desired outcomes. For instance, an athlete who is committed to mastering their sport doesn't rely solely on their natural talent but works tirelessly to improve their technique, build stamina, and learn from every practice session. The effort is not seen as a burden but as the key to achieving personal excellence. This mindset transforms the path to success into an ongoing process of learning, effort, and growth, where the joy is found in the journey rather than the destination. Developing a growth mindset also helps us cultivate resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and it is essential to fearlessly face the challenges of life. A growth mindset reinforces resilience by encouraging individuals to view setbacks not as roadblocks but as challenges to overcome. When we believe that our abilities can be developed through effort, we are more likely to stay committed to our goals in the face of difficulty. Instead of giving up when things get tough, we remain persistent, knowing that with enough time, practice, and learning, we can improve and ultimately succeed. This mindset allows us to develop a deep sense of inner strength, where our confidence is rooted not in the belief that we are invincible, but in the understanding that we can adapt, learn, and keep going, regardless of the obstacles in our path. The growth mindset also fosters a sense of lifelong learning. Individuals who embrace this mindset are always looking for ways to grow, improve, and expand their knowledge and abilities. They view learning as an ongoing process, not a task to complete, and seek out new experiences that challenge them. Whether it's reading, taking courses, learning new skills, or engaging with mentors, those with a growth mindset are continuously seeking ways to develop themselves. This dedication to continuous improvement enhances their ability to overcome challenges, achieve personal and professional goals, and create a life of fulfillment. Rather than becoming complacent after achieving success, people with a growth mindset see every success as an opportunity to set new goals and raise the bar higher. In conclusion, developing a growth mindset is essential for fearless life mastery. It empowers us to embrace challenges, learn from failures, adapt to change, and persist in the face of obstacles. With a growth mindset, we realize that our potential is not fixed, but something that can be developed over time through effort, learning, and perseverance. This mindset shifts our approach to life, making us more resilient, adaptable, and committed to continuous improvement. By embracing the principles of a growth mindset, we unlock our ability to face life's challenges with confidence and create a life characterized by progress, fulfillment, and success. The growth mindset ultimately, is not just a way of thinking, it's a way of being that allows us to become the architects of our own destiny, shaping our lives into the powerful expressions of our deepest potential. Embracing courage and taking calculated risks is a fundamental principle of fearless life mastery. Courage is often misunderstood as the absence of fear, but in reality, courage involves acknowledging fear and moving forward despite it. It is the willingness to step into uncertainty, face the unknown, and take action even when the outcomes are unclear. Fear can be paralyzing, and many people allow it to dictate their decisions and limit their potential. However, those who embrace courage understand that growth and success lie beyond their comfort zones. Taking calculated risks, in particular, involves evaluating potential dangers while also recognizing the opportunity for learning, growth, and achievement. Fearless life mastery is not about living without fear, but about developing the courage to move through fear and take bold steps toward personal and professional goals. Taking calculated risks is integral to stepping outside the comfort zone and achieving significant success. Comfort zones are defined by the familiar and predictable, and while they provide safety, they also limit personal development and growth. In order to move forward in life, we must be willing to stretch our boundaries and venture into the unknown. This requires taking risks, but the key is making those risks calculated, not reckless. A calculated risk involves assessing the potential rewards and the possible consequences before making a decision. It means weighing the pros and cons, gathering the necessary information, and considering the impact of our choices on both our long-term goals and immediate well-being. It's about being mindful and strategic in our decision-making while also acknowledging that there is always an element of uncertainty. For example, starting a new business is a significant risk, but it is also an opportunity for growth, creativity, and financial reward. While the risk may involve potential failure, loss of time, or financial hardship, it also presents the possibility of great success, independence, and personal satisfaction. Entrepreneurs who embrace calculated risks understand that failure is often part of the process, and they are willing to learn from missteps. They do not allow fear of failure to paralyze them, but rather use it as a tool for growth. They take informed steps toward their goals, even when there is no guarantee of success. This willingness to step into the unknown can be a powerful catalyst for change, both in their own lives and in the world around them. The fear of failure is one of the greatest barriers to taking risks. Many individuals allow the fear of making mistakes or falling short to stop them from pursuing their ambitions. However, fear of failure is a natural and unavoidable emotion, and it is not an indication that we should avoid risks altogether. Instead, it is a signal that we are pushing our boundaries and stepping into unfamiliar territory. The most successful individuals in any field have encountered failure at some point, yet they continue to take risks because they understand that failure is not a permanent condition but an opportunity to learn and improve. Each failure provides valuable feedback that can be used to adjust strategies, strengthen resilience, and come back stronger. It is through embracing failure that we develop the courage to keep going, even when things don't go according to plan. Taking calculated risks also fosters creativity and innovation. When we take a chance on something new, we are forced to think outside the box, come up with fresh ideas, and find creative solutions to problems. Risk-taking is often a key driver of innovation, whether in business, technology, art, or any other field. It requires us to challenge conventional thinking and push the boundaries of what is possible. By embracing uncertainty and taking risks, we open the door to new opportunities and breakthroughs. For example, when the first pioneers of space exploration embarked on their journeys, they faced countless risks. But it was their willingness to take those risks that led to significant advancements in science and technology. Innovation often arises from the courage to try something new and the willingness to take risks in pursuit of a better future. Moreover, taking calculated risks is an act of self-belief and self-trust. It is a demonstration of confidence in one's ability to navigate challenges and figure things out along the way. When we take risks, we are not only acting on our goals but also trusting in our ability to adapt, learn, and handle whatever comes our way. This self-assurance is essential in mastering life fearlessly because it enables us to face challenges with optimism and determination. Believing in our ability to rise to the occasion empowers us to take the next step, even when the outcome is uncertain. It is through repeated acts of courage and risk-taking that we reinforce our confidence and grow in self-belief. Every successful risk we take, whether big or small, strengthens our ability to take the next one. Living a life of fearless mastery requires the courage to make difficult decisions, even when they may not be popular or widely accepted. It means making choices based on what aligns with our values and long-term vision, rather than following the crowd or playing it safe. Fearless individuals understand that personal growth often requires going against the grain and taking a stand, even when there is uncertainty about the results. For instance, a leader who chooses to make an unpopular decision for the greater good of the organization may face resistance, but the courage to act in line with their values can have a profound, positive impact on the long-term success of the organization. This type of courage is rooted in conviction and the belief that making the right decision, even when difficult, is worth the risk. Taking risks also builds resilience. It allows us to develop the mental and emotional strength needed to recover from setbacks and adapt to new circumstances. When we take a calculated risk, we are testing our limits and expanding our capacity to handle the unknown. The more we challenge ourselves, the stronger we become in facing future challenges. Resilience is cultivated through experience, and each time we take a risk, whether we succeed or fail, we learn valuable lessons that prepare us for future challenges. Over time, we become more adept at managing uncertainty and bouncing back from failures, making us more courageous in future endeavors. In conclusion, embracing courage and taking calculated risks is essential for fearless life mastery. It is through taking risks that we expand our horizons, challenge our limits, and create opportunities for personal and professional growth. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward despite it. The willingness to take calculated risks enables us to innovate, grow, and find success in areas that might otherwise remain unexplored. Each risk we take, whether we succeed or fail, teaches us valuable lessons that strengthen our resilience and confidence. Fearless life mastery is not about avoiding risks, but about having the courage to face them head-on, armed with self-belief and a vision for the future. By embracing courage and making bold, calculated decisions, we unlock the potential for a life of fulfillment, growth, and lasting success.